guys, I just wanted to give a quick update on where I'm up to with my game. There's a few things that I'm definitely changing with the dungeon generation. This was a test that sort of showed me, I just tried to keep generating for a while. A few things, weren't enough humans to give quests. The key function didn't turn up nearly as enough as I would have liked. I got a lot of rooms with just one exit. I got a lot of rooms with 3 mobs. So I'm going to change things up. One thing I want to change straight away is that I definitely want to increase the deck size. Originally, this is my second prototype deck. It was made from a single piece of paper, and because I made this deck from a single piece of paper, I made it so that, it's just 12 cards, but 12 is not enough. It's been terrible. I generate about 2 or 3 rooms, and then I have to reshuffle the whole deck before I can draw and generate a new room. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to increase the deck to because I currently have got a D12 on here, and I think a D20 is sort of the more commonly used die roll for a for a dungeon crawler, or for any pen and paper fantasy game, use the D20. So I'll make it 20 cards, and that'll give me, you can draw enough cards for either 4 or 5 rooms before you need to reshuffle, which I think is a much better result. Hi, boys, get off the table. Another thing Aiden pointed out is I've just got Mob in the corner here. He pointed out that, get down, cat. Okay, sorry, cat's in the way. Aiden pointed out that I should actually say what the mobs are. For people who aren't used to role-playing or don't want to role-play, it'll just be a lot easier to just say, there's 2 pythons or there's 3 zombies. So I figure, that's a brilliant idea. I love it. Another thing I want to change about these cards is that currently, my original thinking was you draw a card, you check the size of the room, you draw the next card, you check how many exits, and I was sort of doing that. And I was drawing cards, going, okay, there's this many of that and this many of that. And then I was holding them, and I went to draw, and I thought, wait, which is which? Was it the large room with 1 exit, 2 exits, or was that the right loot? And I go, this is so frustrating. And then I realised if I just put them down on the mat, and I just use the inside corners to develop my room. And of course, obviously, it sort of looks like a box or whatever. If I just make them a little bit larger, and I make it look like an actual room in the center there, so that way you can actually draw a room that way. And if I put, say, the room size for the large one, if I extend the room size out for the large, and I put the loot above it or next to it, wherever I place it, then I could actually make it so in order to complete the room, you have to chuck down another loot card, because that way it makes it a full room for a large room, and that way it's one less mechanic. You don't have to go, because all the time I'd be, oh shit, I've got to draw another card for the second loot in the large room. I keep forgetting. I could also do a similar thing with the amount of exits could equal how many mobs are in the room. That one I'm sort of unsure about, but that's the idea. So, where am I up to? Okay, then the next thing I've been developing, I'm going to have to redo a lot of them as far as sort of the rewards you get and frequency of certain things. But I have been massively developing quests. So, let's see if we've got some. So a lot of these sort of quest cards I've made up, and I give you, when you talk to a human now, you just draw a quest card rather than having to make up, whatever, I'm going to sell you a sword, you go fetch me this. I actually have cards that say that. So this one here is the guy's injured, and you get a choice between either taking him along, and the next human you encounter, his friend, will give you a massive amount of loot, but you don't have to accept that one, because if you do, he halves your attack, and if you don't, whatever, you just move along. This guy here, if you encounter him, makes you the next 3 large rooms, the next 3 medium rooms. You've got to collect certain berries or mushrooms, whatever, from each room. So there's sort of quest ideas I had. This one here, I threw a few of these in, and I might actually put them in the end game. Basically just roleplay your own quest or draw a new quest card. because I am absolutely terrible at writing some of these quests. Also, I don't have enough. I tried to make up some that link together, and I just kind of kept going, but there's only so many quests I could think up. And so at the moment, there's sort of a roleplay your own quest or draw a new quest card, and I might keep that in the final product because I love the idea that the player will have a chance to actually do their own roleplay and not be trapped in the, oh well, this is what the card says, so this is what I have to do. The last thing I've been working on is sort of combat. I've tried so many systems for combat. This is kind of the current one I'm on, but every single time I attempt a combat system, I don't really feel comfortable with it or whatever. But this is what I'm up to. So when you go into throughout the game, since the start of the game, you hold 5 combat cards. Oh good, I've got the 3 I need. So you've got defend, attack, or wait. So the way this works, you always hold on to these cards. When you encounter a mob, say you're in a room attacking, 3 zombies, and they've all got 1 health each, or 2 health each maybe. So you choose your actions against each of these mobs. So I'm going to defend against the first one, I'll attack the second one, I'll go second attack card, and I'll attack the third one. This leaves me with 2 cards, and they're weight cards. The weight card is absolutely nothing, but the thing about this is that because they're always holding on to the cards, if you keep choosing to use your attacks and defends, and you don't want to use your weight cards against weak mobs, you might come up against like a really powerful monster, and he can do like 3 actions, and all you've got is weight cards. You just got to take all the damage he throws at you, massive amounts of damage. It'd be horrible. So you've got to sort of decide whether or not you want to wait or attack. And then, of course, I was going to have them face down, but these cards are a bit too see-through, so you just sort of, well, whatever. Okay, for argument's sake, I'm just going to throw a weight card in here, assume one of them weighted, just to sort of give you an idea. So what would happen here is that I chose to defend against him, so he did do an attack, and it did nothing to me. He's decided to just do nothing, so my attack goes through. We both attacked, we both take damage. That's sort of my combat system, and at the moment I was doing 20 health for the main player, which, if you wanted to use a Magic the Gathering, sequential 20-sided die, you could to monitor your health, but and then I had actually in my dungeon a health potion I picked up at the very first room, so I was able to sort of survive a fair bit because I decided the health potion gives you 10 health back. But it's not the perfect combat system. There's probably a much better system out there that doesn't require a whole deck of cards. If you can think of anything, let me know. So this is where I'm up to. I'm going to do designs for the cards and redesigns. Show me your dungeons if you guys get around to it, and let me know, what needs to change. I really need to get some feedback on actually further modifying the game. Thanks, guys.